erasing a 14-point deficit. But right now we have the greatest Jewish basketball tournament north of Israel. So here we go.
Matt Drapkin taking up back to top. That's William Cohen. William Cohen knocks it a little bit strong. Rebounded by our non-jerseyed fella on the YU team.
He's non-jersey, but he is athletic, and he certainly knows how to move.
Roy Itkovici with the crazy move on William Cohen. Oh, to the right side, left side back. That's YU knocks it home from 3. Shiva University up with a quick 6-0 lead.
Yeah, there's that three-pointing duo, and if Yeshiva can continue that pace beyond the arc, it's going to be so difficult for Princeton to just kind of form any kind of game plan. Being down 6-0 so early, that's a deficit in the National Hillel Basketball Tournament that is far greater than many other basketball leagues.
Yeah, Roy Itkovici, who takes the deep 3, knocks it home. That's 3 threes to start this one off.
They're making it rain, folks. The boys from Yeshiva have brought down the thunderstorms from New York City.
Julian Hartman-Segal with the nice move. Ooh, a kickball. That kickball belongs to Zachary Kletzik. And, you know, YU, Noah, kind of really run at this quick pace, man. They're making the shots, too.
Well, and here's what you got to do. Princeton's going to find themselves backs against the wall. You got to calm down. You still have so much time to work with. Take a deep breath, because 9 points might be scary, but if you do stuff like that and get to the line, you can just chip away.
Billy Cohen feeds it inside to Matt Drapkin, who will get fouled. He missed the shot, but he'll go for 2. Billy Cohen, Noah, he is from Philadelphia. He actually led his high school team to the conference championship win in 2020.
And you know a thing or two about Philadelphia, wouldn't you?
Yes, you know, he went to my high school, Jack and Bear Hebrew Academy, and you know we had a pretty good squad then.
There you go. So of course you would know the background. This guy's got a history book of Philadelphia basketball Jewish knowledge to his memoir.
Matt Drapkin knocks down both, putting a little bit of a dent into the YU lead. It's 9-2. YU taking it up the court. Great pick set by Itkovici. Itkovici actually gets it back. Number 5, Itkovici. He's doing some dribble drive moves. Ooh, what a spin move around number 1, Jacob Davis, who's the captain for that Princeton team, back on the top of the key, Zachary Kletzik, and it is stolen away. That's Julian Hartman-Segal taking the ball up the right side. He powers through. He pushes a little bit of traffic. Ooh, we might have walked a little bit, but that's okay. It's not called the deep shot. That is knocked home by Matt Drapkin.
And
it is 9-5.
Hey, you replicate that success, right? If you can copy that 3-point success and maybe just crash the boards a little bit. Again, it's not about getting it all in one bite. It's about chipping away.
5 unanswered, but that 5 unanswered is immediately answered by YU from the left corner. That looks like it was answered by Eliav Saknovitz.
Yeah, that 3-point shot. Drapkin had made the 3-pointer and the 2 free throws. He's all 5 points for Princeton right now. They got to put a circle around his name if they want to contain.
With the left hand underhanded scoop. It is 12-7, 10:50 and kicking. YU taking the ball up the court.
Yeah, Drapkins look fluid. He's looked solid and just picking apart at the YU defense. They got to contain him. He was a big part of the win and what you would call, I guess, the first 4 of this tournament.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, also, not to mention, he has all of Princeton's points right now. Billy Cohen with the rebound. It's given up to, at this moment, our leading scorer, Drapkin. That is Hartman-Segal. Hartman-Segal lays it up and in. It is 12-9.
Looks like we got a bit of a barn burner on our hands. I'm excited.
It was 9-0 not too long ago. 9-3 run by Princeton right here. YU looking to stop this run.
It's fast-paced. It's good. And if you want to stop something, right now, Princeton, it's, as you mentioned, Drapkin. Drapkin is all of the points except the Hartman-Segal 2-pointer. With a running clock, though, I mean, anything is possible. This is March. This is the National Hillel Basketball Tournament. We are at the University of Maryland, a squad that you rep at the Crab 5. You know, we're feeling the basketball spirit in the air. These 2 teams don't have Division I teams that made the tournament, but nonetheless, they're feeling their Jewish basketball prowess on display. We have quite the display of basketball on our hands.
You got it exactly, Noah. And who but Matt Drapkin? I mean, man is unstoppable right now. He's got 9 of the 11 points for Princeton.
Drapkin doesn't necessarily have the size, but he's got all of the athletic ability, and right now he's responsible for keeping them in this ball game.
Yeah, and that looks like it was out on YU. You know, sometimes size doesn't matter. Look at Jalen Brunson, right? Jalen Brunson.
Let's go Knicks.
What is that, 5'9", 5'10", Jalen Brunson? And yet he destroys 99% of his opponents. And honestly, I'll go with this. Matt Drapkin looking a little Jalen Brunson-esque.
You know, as a New York Knicks fan, who has family who New York Knicks season tickets, I can agree.
Ooh, that was a great find by Drapkin. Unfortunately, Billy Cohen couldn't put it in, but they just got to keep doing that. You know, so far, I believe it's an 11-3 run right now. You know, Princeton's starting to take over.
There we go. Yeah, Princeton doing a good job so far, as the 9-0 run has certainly been erased despite the 1-point deficit.
YU knocks it home. It is 14-11. Princeton get it back. Drapkin dribbling it up the court.
Drapkin, the fact that he is a point guard too, he can dish it out, but everybody's kind of got to watch him. It opens the floor for everybody else on the Princeton squad. And as you mentioned, they're wearing the orange, looking a little bit like my New York Knicks.
Just a bit. You know, Alex Ostrin actually had a great feed into Billy Cohen that was tipped a little bit, so it couldn't work. But so far we've seen, you know, Princeton goes down on a 9-0 run, right? But suddenly they start coming back. They're playing a little chippy. Drapkin hits his shots. I mean, Princeton kind of, you know, even though YU's up by 3, Princeton's kind of got a little bit of the momentum right now.
You made that Jalen Brunson comparison, and I can't stop thinking about it because you'll see that with the Knicks as well. When you have a point guard who can just slice and dice through the middle, it spreads out the floor, right? So, again, a New York Knicks comparison, you have a center down low. It opens up so much beyond the perimeter because everybody's going to be focusing on the point guard. They look down below, and he's just going to be able to make more shots. And then when everybody kind of goes into the center, it opens up that three-point kind of play. So I think Yeshiva should also focus on, now that they got their highlighter marked on Drapkin, they got to focus on when he cuts in, making sure that there aren't mismatches in the corners.
Yes, and every time they're focused on Drapkin, they're leaving Billy Cohen open, and Billy Cohen is one of the top 2 scorers on this team. He can cook when he needs to. And so that's something big that with Drapkin's power. Talking about Cohen, he's got the ball right on the backside. Back up to Drapkin at the top of the key. Drapkin fakes right, goes left, back down to Cohen. It's the Cohen-Drapkin show at the moment, but they'll pass it around a little bit more. Cohen looking, goes right side, lays it up, and in, and there we go. He heard his name called. It's 14-13.
Yeah, again, it's that backcourt combination of size but also speed. I mean, actually not size. Princeton is significantly smaller on average just by the eye test.
Ooh, left-handed layup by YU, miss, and it is rebounded and won 16-13.
Princeton and Yeshiva University both located in that New York area, so and kind of near the Philly metro Atlantic part of things. So I think it is appropriate that we have a guy from Philly, we have a guy from Maryland, and we're calling 2 teams from the New York, New Jersey area. We've kind of accounted for that whole kind of hodgepodge of everything. All the students who go to the University of Maryland are kind of affiliated with those states.
Yeah, you got it. They're kind of repping the Mid-Atlantic region quite well right now, so that's pretty awesome. Anyway, back at it. That's Julian Hardman-Segal. Hardman-Segal, he goods it out to Ostrin. Ostrin back up to the top to William Cohen. William Cohen, drill left, switches to his right inside, forces under the pressure, just a bit too strong, rebounded YU. YU takes it up the court. 17-13, 6:40 left, 6:39. Time is ticking in this first half. YU looks at, that's 5, that's Itkavici. Itkavici goes left, switches behind his back, switches back to his left. Back YU left wing. Those drives inside. Billy Cohen playing great defense. Is it too much? It's not too much. Size takes the leap in that matchup right there.
You know, and I know the three-pointers were just going. The three-pointers were the name of the game for Yeshiva early on, but with their size, it's just about possibly crashing the boards. That might be the strategy that they want to use further on out.
Drapkin from the free throw line's no good. It's taken. That's Zachary Klesdik. Klesdik takes it, gets back to Itkavici. Itkavici, who's really just been putting on a show right now and scoring. And, I mean, you can see it with these moves, man. He is so good like that.
And the size.
That finger roll right there, that was quite fancy, I'm going to be honest.
It is the size, too. I mean, Rapkovic is the biggest man on the court, or Itkavici looks like he's the biggest man on the court, and he's using that to his advantage, the way he's able to kind of shimmy with his body.
Yeah, and Billy Cohen for 3 from the left side, too strong. Itkavici, he's got 10 points. Averages 11.5 points per game. We still have 5:30 left in the first half.
Just the first half.
Just the first half. And he does not look like he's stopping anytime soon. free drive right there. That is going to be 2, rebounded by YU, back inside, and the and one. They've been cooking off the rebounds, cooking off the and ones. It's 23-13. They're up by 10.
I talked about that switch in strategy. Well, you know, they got off to that 9-0 kind of head start, but then since then, as Princeton kind of chipped away, crash the boards. That's been the strategy. You have the bigger combination of size. You have the guys who can play physical, but you've also got guys who can burst off the scene. And they're using that to their advantage. Princeton doesn't know how to stop them. Princeton can retaliate in terms of scoring them, but they can't stop anything on defense because of the size.
Yeah, and there we go, Princeton. That's Julian Hardman-Segal. Julian Hardman-Segal back up. It's who but Matt Drapkin. Matt Drapkin to Billy Cohen. Billy Cohen takes one dribble, shoots the 3, misses it, rebounded by Liev Markovic. Liev Markovic taking up the court is YU. And down there was Eliav Saknovich who took it up the court. YU dribble inside. The size is just too much.
Yeah,
That's
and I'll point something out. Princeton, we talked about their size. Princeton has no rebounds. So we talk about that size compared to the 5 rebounds that YU has. I mean, it just says something about that the bigger of the teams.
Yeah, that's for certain. YU tall, strong, and again, those and ones have been the name of the game right now.
Yeah, they're coming away with things. 3:50 to go in our opening half. How does Princeton come back from this?
Yeah, we'll see. You know, still 3:42 left, 13. Anything's possible inside Matt Drapkin. Little turnaround jumper is good. I mean, obviously, Matt Drapkin, he can't be stopped.
To quote Kevin Durant or Kevin Garnett, anything's possible.
Anything's possible.
Yeah, there you go.
Anything's possible. It's true. But also, it's still first half, 3:26 left. Oh, my gosh, dude. He's so strong inside. Fouled. Once again, right-handed layup. I mean, that's point after point after point. YU inside.
It's about elusiveness, really. His ability to be elusive, it's kind of like, despite the fact that he doesn't have a jersey, he's making a mark more than anyone on this game.
Yeah, Billy Cohen, left side. That is Hardman-Segal. Hardman-Segal back to Cohen. Cohen gives it away. Stolen away. That should be Itkovici once again. YU is just, deep 3, left side. Ooh, missed.
That would have been a death punch.
Yeah.
2:45 to go in the first quarter, and he would have been up by 17 points, which in the National Hillel Basketball Tournament could mean just ultimate defeat.
Hardman-Segal, back top of the key. That's Drapkin. Drapkin. There's Ostrin. Ostrin. That Billy Cohen makes one, fakes it, goes right side. That's Matt Drapkin. Matt Drapkin from the corner for 3, and he knocks it home. It is 28-18.
And again, I said they could score, as here comes one of my good friends over. Take a seat, buddy. 2:12 to go, 28-18. Now, 10 points is a lot in the National Hillel Basketball Association, but right now, it looks as though the way that the game is being played, anything can happen.
Zachary Flestick hands it off. YU rebounded Billy Cohen. Billy Cohen back to Matt Drapkin. Matt Drapkin hurrying it up a little bit. You can see the pace inside. You can see the pace around the corner. Hardman, and just a bit off the front rim right there, off the side rim.
Off that transition play. They're so good in transition with the speed, the size, and the basket.
Saknovich was found. And he scores 30-18, Noah. You know, that's a lot of points to put up in the first half here.
You know, it is, but this game right here has showed us that points are not just going to come at a premium.
For 3,
they're everywhere.
Hardman-Segal misses. That's rebounded back to Princeton. Matt Drapkin for 3. Hits it. 30-21, 9-point game.
So they're cutting away at leads. I mean, this is, you want to put your popcorn, put your popcorn in the oven, folks. This second half is going to be a buttery show. Get your snacks ready. We're having fun.
Ooh, what a move. Oh, just a bit too strong. That was a fun move by YU. Matt Drapkin gets it back again. He surveys the defense, spins a little. He had a little bit of spin cycle. Back down, that's Hardman-Segal. Hardman-Segal controlling traffic a little bit. He's been doing that actually a lot in these past minutes. That's Matt Drapkin. Matt Drapkin, left hand. Backs up a little bit. That's Billy Cohen, right wing, corner, 3. Princeton missed it. That's rebounded by Ostrin. Ostrin puts it up and in and 1. That's 5 straight points, I believe. That's a 7-point game.
Exactly. So here you were saying, well, 12 points is a lot, Noah. Now it's just 7, and we're not even at halftime.
We're not even at
So I wouldn't recommend placing any bets on this one because your heart rate might go up and down just continuously.
Exactly, exactly. You know, this is so far been a good one. The rebounding for Princeton. You know, they're a team from New Jersey who used to play in New Jersey, the Brooklyn Nets.
The New Jersey Nets.
Yes, when it was the New Jersey Nets. You know, that was a little Brooke Lopez-esque, if I have to say so myself. Hey, you know, if Ostrom starts shooting threes, we'll really see the Brooke Lopez part comes out. Anyway, YU taking up, they're wasting a little bit of time. They probably want the final shot here. Itkovich with the ball. 12 seconds, 11 seconds, 10 seconds. They're up by 6, 9.
Watch for him to drive the lane with so much with time ticking.
Posting
5 seconds
up
to
from
go.
3 seconds, 2 seconds to 3 for the end of the half. Off the side, it is no good. It's 30-24. That's the end of our first half. We have Princeton up, no, excuse me, YU up the 8th seed over Princeton, 30-24, and we'll take it at half.
We got some words.
Oh, we'll get a little bit of words right here, actually.
Hello, how you doing?
Noted Jewish.
Lovely, lovely viewers. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for tuning in. You watched the lovely Hillel basketball #1. Really, none of this could happen without the lovely help of everybody watching, everybody who give the money. We love you. We thank you. God bless you.
We gotta go to commercial.
And we'll go to the break.
Now listen. Now it's our job, okay, to continue to let the light shine on us. It's our job. We still are peace, neighbor-loving, family-important faith. All right? That's who we are. We're kind, we're generous, we're thoughtful. You guys, and I know you guys are just doing it. I'm so proud of you for being so out there with your faith. And it just makes me so proud to be one of you. Okay? Let's get a picture.
The greatest basketball tournament, not in the greatest Jewish basketball tournament, not in Israel. Ethan is a big Bills fan, so he is more familiar, I guess, with that northern area. Me and Ethan, let's get ready to start the show. Princeton down 30-24 to Yeshiva. Yeshiva, we had talked at the halfway point about their ability to rebound, kicking things back in at the free throw line, now beyond the arc, nowhere to go. So number 2 holding things off for Princeton, that was Draken. Back over to 6, that's Cohen. Cohen trying to make working with it, back at the top of the key, takes the right lane, tries to use the boards, and he got it. He has it to go.
Hartman Segal putting his name on the board right now. That's 4 points. Great to know. Matt Drapkin, 17 points in that first half alone.
Yeah, Drapkin has been kind of the LeBron James, or so to speak. That's a high honor to say. Here's Yurkevich. You talked about his ability, but we might have a little bit of a confusion because the guy without the jersey, whenever he scores, that he's being added to Yurkevich's total on our app so far. Here's Princeton driving through the lane, a step back 2. That one doesn't fall. Rebound for Yeshiva. They lead by 4 and will try to milk every second of the clock they have, especially with their speed and size and their ability to rebound. Tell me more about that, Ethan.
You know, just the height. The height's really winning the game right now. They really only have YU. Princeton's got really two tallest guys, and that's Billy Cohen and Ostrin. Oh, and they didn't call the foul there. That was great defense by Billy Cohen. Princeton with it back.
Yeah, arms to the floor, Yamaka to the ground, but still game back on. A 3-point try from Princeton. That one doesn't fall. We had talked about, though, if Princeton can start hitting those 3-point shots, they're going to charge ahead in the lead.
Yeah, you know, something Noah and I talked about at the break is YU's been relying a little heavily on those 3-point shots, but Princeton's shot making has been key so far. If they get those shots down, this lead turns around really quickly, I think.
Now waiting beyond the perimeter. Good bounce pass inside, but they're loading up the key. Yeshiva knows their strong suit. They're using it to their ability. 12:55 to go in a game that has gone left to right, back and forth. Yikovic, he doesn't have a jersey, but everybody knows his name and number. Number 1 right now. A step back 3 for the big man. That one doesn't fall, and Princeton bring it the other way with 12:40 to go and a 4-point deficit.
There we go. You know, Princeton has great defense so far in this half alone.
Now step back. That one was blocked by number 2, and they'll send things the other way. Point guard faked it. The way that the point guards have played, the dishing everything out, I think have really been the difference. It's been why. I mean, this is one of the best games that we've seen this weekend so far, just despite the fact that it's an 8-1. Going into the rim, taking no prisoners, and he'll go to the line. The expression to Ethan, how about this?
Wow, you know, Itkovic, so far YU's just, this has got to be their 4th or 5th and 1 in this game alone. You don't really see that often, that, you see a lot of shooting fouls, but and 1s, that means they're taking it strong to the rim every time. You know, Princeton's got to defend without fouling. Otherwise, they can't come back. This is going to be the first few points of the half for YU so far.
Yeah, if Princeton doesn't foul, I think they have the lead right now.
Yeah, 1,000%. They've got a good squad. They've got good shooters, but too strong, too many rebounds, and the occasional 3, and YU still soaring ahead.
And when you have people that are much bigger than you and they're going to the rim, it's almost like as you try to get the ball, you're just going to hit an elbow. A bounce pass, got it over beyond the perimeter, 11:22 to go in the corner. He takes the left lane, ran into some trouble, but down low now, back kicked out to 4, beyond the 2-point shot, and he got it to go 33-26.
Yep.
And again, we talked about chipping away at that lead. They go back and forth. How can one team, either one, pull away in this instance?
Yeah, YU, it's just getting inside and using their size, and they will do that, and they've been doing that phenomenally so far.
Yikovic for 2. That one didn't fall. He is their stud right now. The Jalen Brunson comparisons are true because the footwork as well. I talked about slicing and dicing, to quote Walt Frazier. Mr. Clyde on the microphone, going right to the rim. The 2-try doesn't work, and the ball will be awarded to Yeshiva. Yeshiva has got nearly every call in this game, and you could say, I don't want to say referee bias, but I want to say that Yeshiva is just really good at drawing fouls.
They really are. It's just their size, they're tough, they're strong, and they're faking a ton of these shots. Princeton's falling for a lot of these pump fakes, too.
They're also not afraid to just dive right into the paint. Here comes Princeton the other way. They're down by 5 in this game, though. That's not a lot. Ball on the ground. They hustle away for the fumble, and it's picked back up by 2. 2 has a good lane to his right. Instead, tries to go off his weak hand. He backs right up. 10-minute mark, 33-28. 5 holding a turnaround. Wide open look for number 1. They need the 3 to fall. It doesn't work. Off the air ball. Stays in possession of the Princeton Tigers. Kicked back around the horn. That one, 3-point try, won't go. And Mr. Do-It-All-Yourself, Yikovic, can get the rebound, too. He'll slow things down. All eyes on him. The spotlight right now.
A lot of good ball movement there, Noah. Really great. Cohen, Drapkin were really controlling it. What a move right there. But as a result, the shots did not fall, though.
And it leads to Yikovic, who has so much space. You talked about the star at your high school. Well, Yikovic might have been the star where he grew up, not just at the Jewish high schools in the area, but everywhere.
Yeah, Yikovic, man, he's so good. He's so crafty, too. Never mind being strong. Rim! What a shot. That's Hardman Segal finally getting back into this back a little bit.
Hartman Segal makes it a 4-point lead, and again, things won't be over to the final buzzer, especially in this game.
They got to pressure Itkevici a lot if they don't want. He's really been the only one scoring, I want to say, so far in this half for YU. But it works.
You'll play those games in basketball where you notice that there'll be one guy putting up 40, 50 points a game, but you just can't stop him. That's Itkevici right now, and honestly throughout the whole tournament. They go around in the corner, faking on the shot. Itkevici has got to almost be double teamed. They watch him noticeably on the zone and on ball. So the ball moved over to the left. The big man, but he's playing a guard position right now. Takes a floater to attempt. That's good. And Itkevici, now that all the attention's on him, you start to spread the ball around.
And it's working. Hey, I will say this. Itkevici, and I'll throw out another player comparison, Noah. Jokic. Just a little bit of Jokic. He's got the size. He's got the shot. He's got the craftiness. Jokic, while he does sometimes loft up the weird shots, it's working. It's working.
Yeah, the off-balance shots, but it's also been able to work. Here comes Princeton. Cohen brought it back out. They go around the horn one more time. Number 5 for Princeton, that being Cohen again. Now in down low, some trouble. And per usual, I think, for the first time, Princeton will head to the line in the half. Number 1, Jacob Davis will go, and they'll talk things over. The lead is 6. The clock is running. It only stops at the end. That gives us some good time to tell you about Edward Markovich, who his father can finally cheer on his son playing in a competitive basketball game. Edward wanted me to shout that out on air. Meanwhile, here, number 4 taking the three-point opportunity. That one didn't work. He tries it again, and the ball awarded to Princeton.
Yeah, right off of YU right there. Princeton's going to have to start putting a little bit together here. They're not entering crunch time just yet, but we're under the 7-minute mark soon. And they're got to start having to put some shots up here that do fall. YU, great defense, forces the turnover from Billy Cohen right there.
Turnovers are going to be crucial. I think the way that turnovers go and the way that rebounds go, because if you talk to any basketball coach, they'll tell you the same thing. Rebounds win and lose basketball games, and with the rebound stats as they are, you can talk about Itkevici all you want, but that's why Yeshiva's winning. They get the rebound right there, they score, and it's an 8-point game.
Yeah, one thing I will say as Princeton moves the ball to the court, Billy Cohen, his brother Danny Cohen, is currently one of the leading scorers. As Billy Cohen, as we just mentioned his name, is one of the leading scorers on the Pitt team who's here, who's the number 1 team, just actually beat Rutgers in the Tier 1 quarterfinals. So Danny Cohen and Billy Cohen, they're both point guards for their squads who are both crafty, good shooters, and they clearly both make an impact here.
Yeah, I'm sure. I mean, it's Pitt, and as a Penn State fan, I'm not too fond of Pitt, but, to each their own, and here we are. We get a stoppage of play, clock still ticking. It's an uphill battle, but in a game with this exponential pace, how do you believe Princeton kind of comes back? I know it starts with erasing Itkevici, but what else?
Turnovers. They got to start forcing turnovers. Time's really ticking here. Either turnovers or really tight missed shots. Force them into a false sense of security so that they're just taking bad shots and just not like that where they left them wide open down in the paint.
Yeah, and there you go. I mean, right there, and that could be a result of kind of diversion. But when you have 3 men wide open guarding the paint, that's not going to work. A kind of underhook shot try that wasn't good, but Davis will go to the line. He's their captain, good at drawing fouls as he does that twice in a row now.
Yeah, fancy move by Jacob Davis. Per se, he saw the contact coming. He forced himself into the foul. It works out. Hopefully he can cash in with these 2 free throws.
And if you want to say Jalen Brunson, Jokic, talk about drawing fouls, that's great. Big aspects of both of their games.
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
That is a skill that, I don't imagine anybody on the court right now is going to play in the NBA. But if they were in the NBA, that is a useful skill that they could take to their advantage.
True. Xavier's got some Princeton's got some hoopers, and I said Xavier because they just had this point guard who's going to transfer in the transfer portal, Xavier Lee, who was one of the best Ivy League scorers this year. So Princeton can ball.
Princeton's their team. In terms of, they almost made the tournament this year. So you talk about Ivy League scoring, taking it back over to the left. Now back in number 4 for Yeshiva. That's Killstack. Gilstack looking in. He got the ball tipped away, but he kept it for himself. Itkevici. Everybody watch out. A pass inside. The diversion works, and that's the way the script rolls.
He's a do-it-all guy, Itkevici, and you just can't stop him. And he's going to keep killing them unless they can put bodies on him, but also making sure he just doesn't kill them inside with the assists.
Almost a crucial turnover that would change the course of games. Itkevici, we say his name nearly a mile a minute. A pass that works around. Beautiful passing. Harlem Globetrotter-esque play.
Hey, the Nikola Jokic comparison is kind of on the dot right now. That was a beautiful ball. Quarterback-like throw from YU.
Yeah, you're a guy from Pennsylvania. Let's say a Jalen Hurts Hail Mary type thing.
True. And guess who got the rebound? Itkevici at it again.
Goes over to his big man. That is number 5. Itkevici is listed as number 5 because they were both wearing number 5. Now number 4, Markovic. And it leads to a timeout, 48-33.
By YU.
Now at this timeout, we have a message from one of our big Laurel fans. You got 15 seconds, sir.
How we doing, everyone? You know, I'm from Iran. This was a good tournament today. Great people, a lot of Judaism today. I'm happy that everyone from the Jewish community came out to support our brothers and sisters. And thank you and Shabbat Tov.
You have the there is a very big Jewish Iranian community at the University of Maryland. So we have fans over to our left. That's true. No, they're both Iranian. A Persian community. So, yeah, no. We're back to the game. We're back to the game. Back to the game.
Something interesting, Noah, so far.
It's just a little tidbit for all the fans. We're just trying to get you in on the atmosphere. What's going on?
Every time, Noah, YU, I mean, Princeton looks to make a comeback. YU's just like shutting it down. And so far, at 3:15 left and keys to the game, Itkevici has just been dominating. There's probably no words to describe. He's really just taking this over. So far today, he has 22 of the 48 points as we get back to action.
Taking it over to the left to right. Good defense being played by Yeshiva. Wide open looking shot. And if Princeton needs anything, it's that. Their captain Davis to score. He hits the 3, 12 points. You said to me at the end almost of the first half that 12 points was a lot to come by. I doubted you. But right now it seems as so, just because of the dominance, wide open. It seems like Yeshiva is just playing catch and having fun right now. They thread the needle back over into number 4. That's Olston. Olston now into number 5. Itkevici on the ball. Everybody crowds him because they know how well he can work. Now the big man at the center. Played it back in. A no-look pass, wide open. And they're just kind of playing monkey in the middle right now, trying to waste time.
This is some beautiful passing right now by YU. Every single pass is actually on the point.
Without a shot clock, I mean, I guess that's what wait for Itkevici to get open, let him score. Without a shot clock, you have ample time to do so.
Pass, and you eventually get the shot. And that's how that goes. YU really doubling down on the pressure. Hardman Segal, nice little lay-in right there. It's a 12-point game.
Yeah, but still, though, there's a long pass right on the money, cutting through, and it's like a football play, but he can't execute.
Wow.
Now the other way, here comes Princeton.
Man, my YU, man, is just added it. Their passes are so good. What a 3. That's Drapkin at it.
Single digits.
Our Jalen Brunson player.
Itkevici, slow and steady, wins the race right now. At the home of the Terrapins, Diamondback Terrapins.
We know a little bit about how to slow and steady wins that race, but passing at it again, man.
Over to Itkevici, he's at the M.
No, with the size. Never mind the passes are literally on point and beautiful, but it's just the size. They literally can reach up over Princeton's players' heads to it.
And he done our first dunk, and of course, the star of the show, Itkevici, takes it head over heels to the rim. That'll be on your highlight reel.
And, if we had a guess halfway through this game who would be the guy to dunk it, if there was going to be a dunk, Itkevici would have been our guess 10 out of 10 times.
Even with the other size, even with the other guy wearing number 5, there's a layup tie who's significantly bigger than Itkevici. I mean, he's got the hops, too.
And
so
Princeton, you can see the energy draining out. You can also see YU really not playing tough right now. They kind of know it's slipping away. But Matt Drapkin, time stops at 42.6.
And the fact is they won that game 41 seconds to go and a timeout now. I believe if they're going to both talk things over. Things seem so out of reach. How do you recoil things right now if you're Princeton?
I mean, it's a mixture of two things, right? The pressure defense, they got to force turnovers. They're going to have to start fouling. And definitely, they're probably talking about fouling in the timeouts right now. But once they get out of foul, they hope they don't do well on free throws. But along with that, Princeton's got to set up quick play. So we're talking like sets with picks and get open for the three. We don't want anything in traffic. We don't want any bad shots. But with 41.9 seconds, Noah, you can't really take a pick on what kind of shot you get.
It's going to take some sort of a March miracle. I know we're in April, too, but it's going to take some sort of a March April. I can't. It's going to take some sort of a March miracle. 41.9 seconds as both teams assimilate back onto the court. This is our final game of the day, but catch us bright and early tomorrow, 12:45 a.m. It'll be me and you at least on the call later in the day.
Yeah, exactly. You know, hey, Tracy McGrady one time scored 12 points in very little seconds, so anything's possible.
If there are any Trace McGrady's on the floor, if you do this now, we might want to sign you up because our actual basketball team, NCAA, we currently have about 2 players on it.
That's true, you know. If anyone wants to try out, we made the Sweet 16 this past year. We just had Derek Queen announced for the draft, so, you know, we're looking for a few guys.
Yeah. If anybody can play basketball, Ikevici, maybe transfer portal.
Yeah.
How about that?
Put him in.
Let's do it.
Give him some sweet NIL.
Deal with Manischewitz, maybe.
Ah, like our friend Jake Retzlaff over
Yes,
at
sir.
BYU.
Yeah, BYU.
BYU.
Our boy.
Got him. We got Sam Saltz down at Texas A&M. We got a good
I'll
group,
tell you.
guys.
I'll tell you, Jewish athletes. How about Amare Stoudemire? Not only is he Jewish, he studies Torah. And on his Instagram story, we'll tell you the Parsha of the week. I am not kidding you. Amare Stoudemire, New York Knicks superstar, Phoenix Suns superstar. He was on his way to the NBA Hall of Fame. He is a rabbi. He got his rabbi degree.
Exactly. You know, Jews can ball, Noah. Jews can ball. We even see it with our WNBA athletes, Abby Myers, who played here, and also Yarden Garzone, who's transferring out of Indiana, who's the leading three-point specialist.
You know who transferred to Judaism? Sabonis.
Sabonis.
Married
Sabonis.
a Jewish woman, and he is now part of the tribe.
There we
you go.
Jews can ball is the
Jews
answer.
can ball is the lesson of the day.
Put it on a shirt, man.
Yes, sir.
Put it on a shirt.
We can sell it for NIL money.
Jews can ball.
Jews
Ethan
can
Bradley
ball.
Simon 2025.
Yeah. Oh, I thought I was going to copyright that. We'll give that to you. I'll let you have that one. I'll let you have that.
There we go.
29 seconds left before Yeshiva can start thinking about what they have next, going right to the rim, and he was fouled. Clock starts to tick away.
You know, actually, Noah, Yeshiva wins this. In their next game will also be against a Yeshiva team, the number 4 seed in this tier. So
you got some friendly fire next game. Yeshiva on Yeshiva crime, if you will.
We'll make it quite awkward for group projects.
For sure. But what also is fun, they win. And this is kind of like a common blacktop game, right? I'm sure they have Hallel tournaments just goofing around in the back, on the blacktop back at YU on the courts of New York City. It'll be kind of the same thing at a bigger, more grander scale.
Yeah. This is exciting, man. This is truly basketball. And, you know, YU matchup will be great. But, you know, don't count out Princeton just yet. Well, with 18.5 seconds, maybe just a little bit.
However, you take a look at these basketball point totals. This looks like a low-scoring NCAA game. That is how high-scoring this is for National Hillel Basketball Association. It looks like a low-scoring actual. I mean, 56-43 is something that I did not think I was going to broadcast today.
Yeah, especially since it's important to remember they only play 2 halves. And so 2 halves with limited minutes.
That's 30-minute
and no
games.
stoppage, too, for anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, we don't get commercial breaks here at the National Hill Basketball Tournament. Well, at least during the game.
Nor do we get whistles.
True.
So 14.2 seconds to go. 57-43, and who but Ikevici at the line. This is not the guy you want taking the shot. He will, and he'll make it.
Ikevici, 18 points. Gabe Geller, 11 points for YU. They've been just outstanding. 8 for Sakinovitz, 8 for Dubé, and just Billy Cohen for 3.
We'll give him the shot. It sinks, so it won't mean anything in the grand scheme of things, but it'll add to a statistic total. I'm sure he'll wear that as a badge of honor. Meanwhile, that'll end things, though, 58-46. Noah Bland, Ethan Simon for the National Hillel Basketball League. This has been super fun. It's after midnight. We got to head to bed and rest in our pillows because we'll be up bright and early doing the games tomorrow.
Yeah, you got it, Noah. Have a good night.
Let's do it. And have a good Pesach. coming up.
Have a good Pesach, indeed.